when we're lied to, it starts as a little child. I mean, it's really interesting the small ways in which we lie and are lied to. I did a blog recently by that title, Post and Post-Truth Era. And it starts with...
I saw that. It was really good.
Thank you. It starts with very small, insidious kinds of communications and decisions that we make. And over a lifetime, they do create a type of cognitive dissonance, some of which we know about in these really outlandish cases of MK Ultra and all of that, where it's a person is purposefully split to be utilized by whatever forces in whatever way. One part doesn't even know the other part. That's an extreme example. But in very subtle ways, I'll give you an example. A conference I spoke at not long ago was more of a science conference, and I was speaking about a story, The Origins of the Species. It's a very different take on the origins of humankind. And I knew that I was going to be the fringe person at the ball, so to speak. And as I was contemplating this, I thought, you know, it's so interesting. Because the story I'm telling is coming from me, you know, I'm not a prophet, I'm not a historical figure, but the story is coming from me, an individual human right now, and hasn't already been well validated throughout history, such as the religions of our day. I knew there was going to be some resistance to it, and I started thinking, but wait a minute, a lot of the people I interview, for example, are dedicated scientists. And yet at the same time, they're very fervent in their religious beliefs, which are completely counter to one to the other. You cannot validate that belief system. But if you bring in a new belief system that doesn't already have some history around it, it's very difficult to take in. So these scientists that I know that are deeply spiritual live with this split. You have to say, well, you can have something that is based just on belief in this world, but that is absolutely unacceptable over in this world, for example. And so we're doing it in that way. We look at the notion of sexism that has come up with the recent election, and everybody knows the famous incidents, quotes, and so forth. We don't have to go there. But for example, this is another little lie that starts happening that creates this problem among, say, boys and girls and men and women, is, say, the mother and the father historically just prefer, oh, I love my children equally. But maybe the boy's getting more of the encouragement, a little more of the attention, a little more expectation goes into the boy than the girl. How many families have experienced that? And it's not any wrongdoing. It's just, again, one of those filters that life is being passed through. Perceptions and expectations are being passed through. And so we say, no, I love both my children. They're equal in my mind. Well, yes, but we may elevate the males a little bit more than we elevate the females, which has created quite a problem in society.